Hello everyone and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I hope you guys are doing very well. If you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. As you guys know, it's the only thing that I ask. So, back in the castle, trips are over, investments being made, as I've said, around $9,500, $700 or so. It's going to go straight to the core coins, Pulsechain, and I think this time around I'll split it in incentive token as well. In terms of X, I actually have quite a bit of X already, and I also have the derivatives of X, like Hydron and Icosa, which means if X does well as I expect, those should also do very, very well. So, Bitcoin above 100k, Ethereum above 3,900. The only thing that I'm not liking to see is, as you guys already know it's the TLT. It has dropped quite aggressively, and actually we tried to go above the 200 daily and we went a little bit, and now we've collapsed completely from that level, which means is an attempt to break the 200 and we failed, which tends to be bearish. I mean, I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat it. It is the reality. So what do I hope to see? I hope to see some stabilization. I hope to see some strong bounces. I'm hoping to see that we stop at 90 or so, and we resume higher. So that's the only thing of the market that actually really scares me. Besides that, of course, absent any black swan event like that Trump not making it into the White House and stuff like that. Absent any of that, I'm not that concerned. Stocks are still very strong. Nasdaq was above 20,000 very, very recently. I'm already seeing Harry Dent basically extending his forecast into the future, as we've predicted here in the channel. That he would. He's still talking about the huge bubble, blah, blah, blah. He still doesn't, because he's comparing it to historical bubbles. He still doesn't understand that, no, we are not getting something for nothing. We are debasing the currency with banks as gatekeepers of liquidity, which pushes all asset prices up. Why? Because those assets are the collateral for the majority of the debts. Who is the biggest debt holder in the planet? US governments. If the assets fall, a lot of the debt loses its value, and the biggest holder of debt, or the biggest debtor nations, are governments. So that's why they pump the markets. That's why they debase the currency. That's why the 20% richest get richer and the 80% poorest don't go anywhere. It's not because the rich people are doing anything against the poor people. It's just the rich people own assets. That's it. That's all it is. There's no big conspiracy theory. There's nothing. Now, last video that I made, while everyone was extremely bearish because we were selling off very aggressively, I said we are just testing the 20-day exponential moving averages in the big coins. Exactly what we did. We retested those levels and we went back up again. That's it. So all the people with the conspiracy theories are wrong once again, you see, because they need to create content for you. You see, if I come here like I did 2 days ago and I say, we are just retesting the 20-day moving exponential moving average. This is a 10-second pitch. See what I mean? First of all, you're going to find it very boring because people would much rather that I came up with an amazing explanation, right? Oh, it's that escalation of conflict over there. Oh no, it's the UFOs over here. Oh no, it's Mercury and Venus are aligned. Oh no, the moon is in it's full moon, right? So everybody got crazy. Whatever, that makes it a much more compelling content rather than we simply retested a very normal moving average that we retest all the time in bull markets. That's it. Wow, what so underwhelming. In any case, Andy did a new all-time high recently, still well above $300 million. That's good. HOPPY, still in this sideways boring movement. We already know HOPPY moves like this. consolidation, then boom, we blow up, and all of a sudden we are up 5, 7, 8-fold, and everybody got left behind. We know it, we don't mind. Boppy, and you guys deserve it. So for the ones that have held on to it, it's now at 2.4 million market cap. As you guys know, I got in at 600k, and then I reinforced hardly at 500k or so market cap, and now it's in 2.5 million. So that's a nice 4 or 5x, I don't know. So I'm very happy with that. I still think Pulsechain ecosystem is very undervalued. It's now popping up as number 6 or 7 in DEX screener in terms of volume, which is good, without any major centralized exchange listing. However, Binance seems to be playing with it a little bit, making the post saying that talking about Pulse, and then a picture of a heart with Binance tags around it. Of course, the founder of Pulse is Richard Hart. Also, a lot of people, including CZ, following major channels of Pulsechain, like your friend Somi. So I think we're going to see in the near future Binance listing at least 1 or 2 coins from the Richard Hart ecosystem, and I think that's going to be great. Of course, makes the the access to the doorway much easier than having to bridge, having to use not so famous platforms, etc. Obviously, most people maybe they can get a better deal at the supermarket, but a lot of people will take that convenience store next to them instead of driving 20 kilometers for the next supermarket, although it may be cheaper, whatever. So this is what I mean by the fundamentals precede the price. In a little while, it will become very obvious that Pulsechain ecosystem will do very, very well. Unfortunately, people will only pay attention when it happens. But this is why I position in things before they pump. I made a prediction, as you guys know, that Ethereum was going to outperform Solana as soon as you looked at November 24 onwards, or mid-October, I don't know. It was basically when the guy from CryptoBamter said he was ending his 4-year toxic relationship, abusive relationship with Ethereum. That's basically when I made that prediction, that when you look at the cycle from October or November onwards, you'll see Ethereum outperforming Solana. So far, that's been the case. Once again, we are in week 3 or week 2 of altcoin season. It starts slow. Most people don't understand that we are already in it, but then it becomes explosive very, very quickly. Once again, another of the fundamentals preceding price. Russia is putting through Bitcoin through the legislative process as soon as they can, in order to be able to consider it as property and to create a strategic reserve out of it. So these are things that very rarely people talk about because they don't see it. Of course, in a little while, once again, it will become obvious to everyone. What else? What else can I tell you? Yeah, the cycle is progressing as usual. Actually, December 2024 looks very similar to December 2020. I still hope we're going to get a 2017 cycle with Trump being elected. I think that's still the base case. I don't like seeing these inflationary items coming around as of late. I do think cutting rates will continue because there's no other option. By January 2026, which is 1 year after Trump being in office, interest expense will be close to $2 trillion, which is around 35 to 38% of the entire tax revenue of the US. Entire tax revenue, not the income tax, all of it. All the taxes you can imagine. So they need to come down regardless of what the data says. The only thing you need probably is a little adjustment to the CPI or whatever, and all of a sudden everything is tolerated. In summary, I haven't seen anything to cause concern yet. We're progressing well within the cycle. Some coins are doing very well. That's great. PDAI has been the darling of the Pulsechain ecosystem. It's important to say this. because if PDI hits 3.6 cents, that means that PDI has done a 20,000 fold from the bottom, which is obviously double what X did, which was 10,000 fold, although X is a bit different because you can stake it, so you get yield. So you actually, if you've been staking, you actually got more than 10,000 X if you got the bottom, but usually we measure coins from the bottom. And in that sense, I have to say PDI has done very, very well. Now, will it peg to $1? I don't know. I mean, I continue to say I'm very consistent in these things. PDI is a lottery ticket. I got in, I don't know, I think I'm up 10x on it. I need to check, I don't know. My position is not very large. I think it's something like $800 when I got in. I got in at half a penny or a bit less than that. Actually, a bit less than that, I think 0.38, something like 0.0038, something like that. So I think I don't have a 10x, but I'm not that far away. So that's exactly what I want to see in a lottery ticket. If we get to 5 cents, I'll probably sell my principal and a bit of profit, and then I'll let it ride. If it goes to $1, great. I'm going to turn $800 into, let me see, 300x, right? So you need to make $240,000. Yeah, something like that. I'll take it. $800 to $240,000. I'm a big fan of it. Count me in, right? Because it's 300x. So a penny would be 100x. Since I got in at 338, a little bit less than 300 fold, so maybe 216,000, something like that. I'm doing the math a little bit on the spot. So yeah, sure. I mean, turning $800 into $200,000, you know, you're not gonna hear any complaint from me. If we don't get there, which is also a possibility, I'll be in profit, comfortably in profit, with that profit being taken. So if it goes to zero afterwards, sure, so be it. It is what it is. I've made my money. Could I have made more if I just hold the entire bag? Sure, but I could also make zero. Is my approach to all the lottery tickets, including any other, doesn't really matter to me. So I do think those coins will do very well. I think the ecosystem in general will do very, very well. And of course, it's more linked to Ethereum than the others because of the sacrifice wallet owning 170,000 Ethereum. However, to some degree follows the cycle as well. I know that people like to say that they correlate and all of this. I mean, I don't think so. I think if Bitcoin goes to 10K tomorrow, I think everything comes down, regardless of which coin, what's the name in your coin. But I mean, I accept maybe stable coins, but other than that, it's all the same. So, in summary, TLT, the only thing that I really don't like seeing at the moment, so I'm going to be paying a bit of extra attention to that, not because I'm a bond enthusiast, quite the contrary, but I do understand the market, and that market dictates all the other ones. Then I like Bitcoin being above 100K, consolidating over there. Ethereum, I still think Ethereum may go to $5,000 before the year end. I would say, and as I've been saying, my prediction has not changed. I said, if you ask me today, do I think it's going to be before the end of the year? My answer is yes. Worst case scenario, middle of January is what I see Ethereum getting that 5,000 mark. And now it's going to go to like 4,998 just so people can say, ha, you were wrong, mother effer. You were wrong. I welcome it. Believe me. If I'm going to be wrong for $2, I'm going to be very happy in this cycle. But with that, thank you very much for your time, guys. Please take some time to also enjoy the weekend. I know it's the winter if you're in the northern hemisphere. There's limited options, but try to spend some time with the family. Try to relax a bit. Everything's not about money. And thank you very much for your support, guys. Drop the like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.